Hi, good evening to everybody. We're going to talk about anyone who speaks the language can teach the language. What do you think? What do I think? That's the question that we have today. My presentation, okay, my name is Luis Alonso Guilalpizar. I'm working with a private university in Costa Rica by 4 years, and I'm a journalist, and I want to perform my skills. Can anyone teach any language? Maybe yes, maybe not. Because you need to have, for example, the knowledge, the motivation. You need to know what you need to give on your classes. You need to investigate, read, write. For example, search rhythms or rhymes that your students can understand or vocabulary that they can understand. For example, if you are working with children, so you need to have a low, uh, like a low level in this time, because they are children. They are only, they are in this moment uh, improving themselves with their language. So if you talk with them with a complex language, so they are not going to understand. Also, for example, you could use fairy tales or some rhymes. Uh, for example, I was using one in these days. Um, my dog jumps as a frog and sleeps as a log. So if you see, it's a form that you can use uh, or a technique to make acquisition that we were seeing in on the last video. So it's a way that you can use uh, to teach your students. Or for example, if you are on high school or with students on high school, you need to make, for example, some complex vocabulary or use complex vocabulary, but also with games, with songs, or with maybe with ideas that perform or could improve their languages that they are trying uh, to learn in this way. So you could use the diffuse mode or the focalized mode. The focalized, that is, for example, if you only want that they know, for example, about the phonetics. So you are in this moment you are teaching about the sounds. But if you want to talk about the wide picture or the wide puzzle or the complete puzzle, so you need to see the environment, where do they live, or for example, the dog lives on the ground, or they live in my house. He sleeps. He's a mammal, and another type of words or topics. Uh, or also, if you're talking about history, so you need to talk about, for example, the medieval age or uh, the pyramids, for example, or another type of construction that you are seeing on this topic or about this material. Or or for example, if you are on the university and you are with journalism, that is like in my case, you could talk about the pyramid that they use. That is like in this way is inverted. So the most important part is the beginning or the lead, where you ask about who, where, when, why, how, and which. So you can teach with motivation. You can teach uh, with the knowledge and the vocabulary. You need the vocabulary because if you don't use your vocabulary and you can, for example, uh, transform yourself on an actor like we saw in another videos. So how do you do uh, to to try that your students understand what you're saying? So we're going to start to see what is a scaffolding. Uh, that's based on the video that we saw before. The scaffolding is that you need to start with the basics vocabulary, for example, or if you are with a children on the kindergarten, uh, you need to start with the letters, for example, with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and other types. After that, you will continue with some words, for example, lizard or lion or another type of words. Also, you could use the numbers, or if you're talking about communication, you could talk about the communication, the sender, or the people who makes the message, the channel that they use to uh, to to transport this message to the other people of, or for example, the receiver that received the message and will be the new sender of the message. So we can see that we need to understand the vocabulary and try to make our best efforts when we are with some people. Is it is it important, the body language? Do we need the body language? Yes, of course. We use the body language at around 75% of our lives. So we use, for example, the body. We use our eyes, our hands, our facial movements. Also, we use the paralinguistic part, the tone, the volume, the rhythm, and other types of communication. Also, we use the hands, good, bad, awful, yuck, or yummy, delicious. So, uh, there are forms that we use to communicate, or like sour, or something really salty, or another type of words. So we use the body language in all the times of our lives. Also, when we are babies or when we are crying, so we ask for food or for water, or if you are, for example, in another place and you don't know the language, You ask for water or for something to drink, or you say, I'm hungry, and other types of words. Another point, so I said that before, but you need to see your tone. For example, you can use an horizontal tone. You need to use, for example, like curves or the waves or like waves, because if you use the same tone or the same volume at the same time, so that the speech that you're giving will be like horrible or terrible to the audience. The audience are the people that are listening your speech. So you need to adapt yourself to your audience. For example, the vocabulary that you are using or the words that you are using needs to respond or to ask uh, to your audience. Also, you need to see all your audience, all the people that you have on your classroom, because they feel identified with yourself. So this is the importance of doing that. And thanks for all. I hope you see you uh, in another videos or in another time. Thanks for all. And uh, have a good week. And that all your goals make reality. Thanks for all. Bye.